the number one thing we avoid doing as human beings is having difficult conversations.
It really is. That comes up a lot in my work.
Because when you look at a difficult conversation, majority of the fears that we have, the fear of the unknown, the fear of judgment, the fear of failure, the fear of loss of control, start to get triggered. One of our biggest mistakes with difficult conversations is we over-prepare because we start to think, I don't know how this person's going to react. And when this happens, our amygdala, our emotional hijack area, right, our fight or flight, gets fired up because of all of this fear that kicks in. And what we tend to do is we over-prepare, and what I mean by that is that we get as much ammunition as we possibly can and armor to go into this conversation, right? If I'm looking in a workplace, it is printing every report, statistic, example. You've got so many facts ready to go to throw it at them, right? And you're going to show that I am right,
Yes.
you are wrong. You do it in a relationship, right? You get so caught up in your own head, in your own fear, that it's that protection mechanism that your mind goes into to try and protect you. And what it tries to protect you with is information, more information. So you go into that already in an emotional hijack and in that fight response. Now, if you have a look at the fight or flight response, right, by the time you're going into that conversation, you're not in flight because you've already owned the fact that you've got to have the conversation. You're 100% in fight.
Yeah.
And when you go into fight, when you go into a conversation with another human being and you're in fight mode, if they aren't already triggered in fight mode, they will be now, right? You are taking it in. So what I go through in the book is getting people to understand that a difficult conversation, for one, you've got to get out of your own head. If you're going into a difficult conversation because it's about you, then you're having the conversation for the wrong reason. You're doing it to tick a box and to try and prove that you're right. And that is your ego driving. There's nothing else there. It's just your ego. The second thing that I go into is that if you can bring the skill of empathy into difficult conversations, and what I mean by that is that if you can go into a difficult conversation ready to ask questions, to actively listen, but also to read the emotion that that person is feeling.